Hello, welcome in. Come on in, neighbors. How are y'all doing? Welcome to my neighborhood. Unimagic. I hope you're still here. How are you doing? I'm trying to find my live stream on YouTube. Put it on. There we go. How are you doing? How is it in your world? I'm good. I'm good. I woke up this morning, so that's a plus. It's pretty here today. Oh, there's Claudette, my twin. How are you? Let me see what the it's 88 right now. And that's the high today is 88 and it's sunny. 88 and sunny. So how have y'all been doing? Oh, we got a lot to talk about today. Hey Ashley. Welcome in. Let me get everybody taken care of. Oh, and there's my sweet Nez. Nez, how have I been missing you? Have you not been going live? Have I not been getting the notifications? How have I been missing you? I mean, what's going on? I don't understand. '81 where Unimagic is. Awesome. Oh, I know it, Nez. Nez. Mm. Look, I have to tell y'all this. So I was watching some things about the storm that had hit the area that's really, really bad. Y'all, it's bad. It's real bad. Um. Oh, okay. Oh, you're in Arkansas. Oh, okay, gotcha. I understand that, Nez. I just was wondering why I had been missing you. I didn't know. Breaks are good sometimes. Oh, I know, but y'all, I was watching this. There's Christina. If y'all don't know this, Christina's been going live on her lunch break. And on Mondays and Tuesdays, of course, y'all know I keep linking, so I really can't go into a lot of YouTube channels because he keeps me so busy. But oh, I'm so glad, Nez. I'm so happy you'll be back. Has said it's been really awful. Well, y'all, people want to act so silly on YouTube. And there are people out there that are struggling just to make it. They lost everything. Some people's whole town is gone. The whole town is gone. Now, that actually could happen to me because our town is not very big. Okay. So our town could be gone if something happened. It could wipe our whole town out. That's how small of a town I live in. But y'all need to check out Christina's when she goes live on her channel. She has really good talks. Um, my town is not close to where all the damage is. Yeah, my town is all the houses are really close. But y'all, it's just devastating what they're going through. And then on top of that, you got people that are saying nasty things that they deserve to get what they got. They deserve for the hurricane to hit them. They don't feel bad about what they're going through. I mean, honestly, how can somebody say that about somebody else? It's horrible. And, people may talk about Elon Musk, but he sent Starlink. He is the owner of Starlink. At the Wi-Fi, he sent Starlink out there because there was no communication. They were cut off from the whole world. They had no communication whatsoever. So he goes out there and puts up Starlink so they can get Wi-Fi. Okay? I mean, people can talk about him if they want to, but he is trying to help. Right. Like when Katrina hit us, I mean, we got hit bad by Katrina with the flooding and everything. Like Louisiana got flooded so bad. The actual hurricane hit Mississippi Gulf Coast, but Louisiana got the backlash of all the flooding. So it was just awful. And how somebody could wish that on somebody else, I cannot comprehend that. I cannot comprehend that somebody would wish something bad to happen to somebody else and be okay with it. I mean, I would not wish that on my worst enemy, which I don't really think I have any enemies that I know of. But it's close to where all the tornadoes have been all summer, Angie. Who can say stuff like that? Oh, yeah, we've been around tornadoes all summer. All summer. My heart has been so heavy all week. Nobody deserves this. No. And they're not getting help. Nobody's going to help them except people like you and I, regular people, are just going there. People that own helicopters, their own personal helicopter, have been going to help these people. Y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Yes, Claudette. Yes. Yes. Amen. But let me tell y'all something. There was a lady, and I was watching a clip. Her child had been missing. This child looked like maybe she was 6 or 7. So they find her child like in this brushy area, and she runs up to her child, wraps her child in a blanket, and just starts crying, holding her baby, and just screaming, and the crowd starts clapping and everything. And of course, I'm crying like a big baby because she's found her daughter. And I'm thinking, how can somebody be so mean to say, oh, they deserve it? They deserve everything they're getting. Okay, well, what if it happened to you? Do you think you would deserve it? I mean, it's just awful. There's some things that come out of people's mouth, I don't even really think they think about it before it comes out. I think they just say it, and then they don't even realize what it sounds like. Or maybe they do realize what it sounds like. I don't know. But it's just bad. I mean, think about me, for instance. If we had something like that, I'm in a wheelchair. I have to have electricity to charge my wheelchair. I can't walk. If our house flooded, I would not be able to get out unless somebody carried me out. I mean, I'm at the mercy of whatever happens now. I mean, I can't literally walk out unless I go out sooner before it hits. I mean, if it comes up all of a sudden and hits and I'm not aware that it's right there and can't get out, well, I'm stuck like Chuck. I mean, I'm just going to ride it out. And whatever happens, happens. But tornadoes, flooding, hurricanes, it's real things. It's real life things. And how people cannot have compassion for other people, I just don't know. I just can't comprehend that. They said crap like that when Little Rock got hit by the tornado last year. I know it's so bad. Thank you for dropping the links, Claudette. That's a wicked thought. The Lord has not given any of us what we deserve. Yes. Oh, look at here. My costume jeweler, CJ. Hi, about to go record a thrift video to post today. So saying hello and I love you and nothing you can do. I love you too. Love you too. You have a good day and you go ahead and video those thrifting videos. You do a good job. Y'all don't forget to go over and frequent the Costume Jewelers channel with the thrifting videos. He does a great job. He's awesome. I love him. And there's nothing he can do about it. He can run, but he can't hide. That person that can say such a pathetic thing is poor excuse for it. Yes. Those types of people are miserable people and want to drag everyone. Yes. The Lord hears every word and knows every thought. Whoever said that needs to repent. Yes. And laugh. And laugh about it. I helped a friend yesterday empty their garage. Anyone that had one story home on the beach lost everything inside and sheetrock having to get ripped out. Oh no. Oh no. That's just, I don't know if our house took in water because our hot water heater messed up when we first moved in the house. We had about that much water all through the house on the floor. And just that much water, y'all can't imagine how nasty and how awful and how miserable that much water is. Can you imagine your whole house flooding? I mean, I can't even comprehend that. Hey, Nora, the stock explorer, the cool kid of the block. Y'all need to go over there and check Nora's channel out. She's been doing these scratch offs with total strangers, like letting them scratch off a ticket. She had this homeless guy on one of her videos that was doing a scratch off. So y'all check her out. She's a cool girl. Nora cares. Oh, look at here. It's Tooch Man. Hello, Tooch Man. How are you? Welcome in. Y'all, Tooch has auctions. I think he's about to start doing auctions on his channel. If I heard him correctly the other day. But he comes on with Teresa Yarnigan and Dawn Southern Finds. He's on there a lot. He also is on with Two Old Guys Vintage and Resale. Yes, do that. Text me the pics. Yes. Oh no, it's about 3 feet high at the beach. Oh no. So I have to tell y'all some things, but I got to get to the end of the chat. Okay, so several things has happened to our family this last year. Okay, here it is, October. All right, you know, our air conditioner went out in the summer for 3 weeks. We were without air. We got through that. You know, the Lord's going to take care of you. Well, he's going to take care of me. I know that. I'm excited because I'll be on Janine's and Two Old Guys Tuesday. Oh, do you have that link? Do you have that link, you know, Magic? Maybe Claudette. Has Claudette dropped your link yet? High stock and all. Oh, I can't imagine either. Okay, so we went through that, which we had to wait on the part for 3 weeks. Okay, that was like, and I'm not telling y'all this. I'm just giving you an example of how the Lord takes care of people. Okay, so that was like $1,700, that part. Okay, no problem. We got it. We put it in. All right, so then I had to have surgery. Okay, so that's another thing that we had to go through this year. Got through it. So yesterday morning, well, 2 days ago, someone got into our checking account and we had to stop all that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Somebody tried to hack into it from California, somebody from California. So we had to deal with that. Then yesterday morning, James calls and says he had work nights. He said, look here, my truck won't move. Now, you have to understand, he has a four-wheel drive truck. He hadn't had it but 2 or 3 years. And I said, really? And he said, yeah, it won't move. I think the transmission's gone out in it. I said, okay. I mean, it is what it is. You can't do anything when storms come that stuff you can't control. I've lived long enough. I don't get upset. I don't start worrying about how it's going to be taken care of. I just go with the flow. Okay. Some people may say that's kind of like I live in Disneyland and don't let stuff bother me, but I just trust the Lord to take care of it. I mean, that's just my way of thinking. So, oh, okay. There's the link. Hey, Gladys, welcome in. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for dropping by. Good to see you. Anyway, he said, I gotta, oh, and there's Auntie Mama. Hey, Auntie Mama. Glad you made it. Auntie Mama comes on early in the mornings, y'all. I've already told you that, but she also has other lives during the day. She did yesterday or the day before, and I went in there. It was about 4 o'clock my time. But anyway, for four-wheel drive trucks, transmissions are not cheap, okay? Transmissions are not cheap at all. So he hangs up. Then he calls back and says he's getting someone to come tow the truck to the place it's going to look and see if it really is his transmission or what. He said, well, the guy said if it's my transmission, it's going to be $6,000. $6,000. So I'm like, okay. So they get it towed up there, and James said, well, I got the Jeep, which is my vehicle, my automobile. So now he's going back and forth to work in that. But I said all that, yeah, that is a lot of money. But I said all that to say this. Yeah, that's a big chunk of cash. But in a four-wheel drive truck, you have to understand nothing comes cheap in a four-wheel drive. Nothing comes cheap when you have a four-wheel drive if something messes up. And James has had a four-wheel drive truck since we've been married. He's always driven a four-wheel drive. But, so I said all that to say this. I didn't get upset about it. I didn't even cry about it. I kind of just chuckled about it and just said, Lord, it's in your hands. I mean, it's going to get fixed. We're going to pay the money to get it fixed because he has to have his truck. Lord's always provided for us to be able to get whatever we needed when we would trust him in that. You know, and the older we've gotten, we've realized he's going to handle it. He's going to take care of it. Now, we're not so stupid as to not save money and just say, oh, well, he's just going to send a check in the mail because we need money. Now, you can't be that crazy. But he does give you enough sense to save up for hard times, you know, like when you're going through, like difficult times are going to come. I mean, you're going to go through good times, but you're going to have you a little cushion for when bad times come, you know, or things that you have to pay out of your pocket or whatever. But then when he got his truck up there to the guy said, well, it may not be the transmission. It could be this, this, and this that is causing the transmission not to work. Because in a four-wheel drive, I don't really understand everything. It's got other little things that causes the transmission to run. I don't know what that's about. I mean, I know how to put gas in a vehicle. I know how to change the oil. I know how to check the oil. I know how to check the water. The windshield wiper water. I mean, there's things I know, and then there's things that I know when something's wrong with the starter. I know a catalytic converter. I mean, I know several things about an automobile, but I don't know a lot about a four-wheel drive. I mean, I don't need to know it. I don't want to know it. Um, Blessings come when you least expect them. Hubby and I recently are able to earn enough extra to pay off one of our ER bills. From like, yes. And see, I had surgery. I definitely get a second and third opinion. Oh, yeah, don't worry about that, Nora, because James ain't going to. Him having to dish out that much money out of his little, let's just call it lanyard, which that means extra in Louisiana terms. Lanyard, that means extra. He's just not going to turn it over to that. But yeah, that's a lot of money. Yes. But here where we live, let me explain something to y'all. We live in an area which everybody knows everybody. And people don't want to really mess someone over because the next person that needs a transmission and you were done wrong and the word gets out that that person did you wrong about telling you the wrong price for a transmission. We live in such a small area that they can't really afford to do that because word gets around that, oh, they're bad. They rip people off because we live in such a small area. Now, if it was a big city, where nobody really knew each other or whatever, yeah, lanyard. And we'll be blessed again. We're working on earning the money for the other ER bill from where I fell down. I just got to have faith and keep doing what you can do. Yes. That's so hard to hear that you pay for your health care. Here, I'm in Canada and we have all free hospital stays and visits. We pay for meds and ambulance and starting to pay for other procedures now. Well, that's all I've ever known. I wouldn't know how to feel. I'm still on James's insurance at his work, and he has a really good insurance. But I also have Medicare because of my disability, and I had to wait 2 years after I had been sick before I could even get Medicare. I had to wait 2 years, so I have two insurances now. So the procedure I had with my heart, we hadn't even got a bill on it because his insurance will pay 80% and then the Medicare will pay 20. So that kind of washes out. And but my point of telling you all this is the fact that everybody goes through things. Had I not told y'all all this, y'all would have probably thought my life was never had any bumps in the road. Everything always went hunky dory for it's me, Angie. She's always in a good mood because nothing ever happens in her life. She don't have to worry about anything. It's just kosher over there on her side of the world. But what I'm telling you is we go through things over here. But we also know that we're going to be taken care of. And you have people that come on YouTube that whine and just talk about how bad they have it. And they don't have it half as bad as the people that just went through the hurricane and the tornadoes and the flooding. And they're going to sit there and whine about it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to bring up those people and talk about them, but I'm just telling you, I have very low tolerance for people that are always whining about something being wrong. Never looking at the bright side of things, always looking at the negative side. I was covered in New Mexico. Arkansas is rough insurance wise. Well, the only problem I'm going to have, my troubles are insignificant compared to those that happen to others. Well, you matter, Unimagic. Everybody that's going through something matters. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But you have some people, and y'all can correct me if y'all think I'm wrong, that they're going to bring every little thing that happens to them to the YouTube channel. And they're going to start whining, talking about they need you to send them this, they need you to send them that. Always begging for something, but are not trying to help themselves. They're not trying to help themselves. They want everybody else to, because it's easy to get on YouTube. I guess it is. I've never done it. But it's easy to get on YouTube and say, oh, I can't pay my light bill this month. Would you please send me some money? My PayPal tip jar is in my about page. Now, you knew that light bill was coming, right? You knew it was coming. Or you work a job. I mean, what's the deal? Now, I can see that one time you doing that. Or groceries. You got 5 kids, and those 5 kids need to be fed, and you don't have the food. I can see that. But every time you go to that person's channel, they're asking you to help them with stuff that they should have already planned for or prepared for. Now, I know I have given, and I don't mind giving. People hit hard times sometimes, and I understand that. But not every month your light bill comes due and you want somebody to help you pay for it. I just can't see it. Now, y'all might think I'm hard-hearted and don't care about people, but I really do care about people a lot. But I don't like those that suck the life out of people, making them feel guilty because they have things and you don't have things, and you want them to give you stuff, but you don't want to get out there and work, and you are healthy enough to get out there and get a job. I've seen that on YouTube. I've seen it. Yes, that's right. Somebody always, hey, Leon, how are you? Welcome in. How have you been doing? Yeah, soft begging. That's what it's called. I couldn't remember the name of it. Yes. I could not look myself in the mirror. I really could not look myself in the mirror knowing that I was going on here just begging. I just couldn't. Oh, I have family members that do it too, Magic. I think we all have some family member or some person that we know that's in our area that does such as that. I mean, I was brought up, you work for what you have. You go out and you work. Nobody's going to hand you anything. Nobody's going to give you anything. You get out there and you work. But it's okay sometimes when you're in dire need and they're like these people that went through this hurricane and this tornado. Yes, they need help. Yes, they need people to give them things. Yes, they need money sent to them. Yes, that is what needs are. But you have these people that come on here and do this soft begging. I can't. I can't. And then if you call them out or if somebody calls them out, they get all upset. Yes, that's what I was going to say next, Unimagic. They make GoFundMe. Yes. And the people that really needs GoFundMe accounts getting a bad route because you have the ones that are doing it for, I can't think of something right now that somebody would start a GoFundMe for that's not even necessary. Now, I think food, if you're hungry, food is necessary. But a lot of places have food banks, places you could go to get food. In the United States, I don't know if the people that like Claudette, we have food stamps. People can go get that. So there's no reason really for people to go without food unless there's not those places in their area. I care, but I can't support everyone. Yes, exactly. A lot of times, what you need, the Lord will give you. If when you had a little extra, yes, Christina. This is my theory, and I always say this: you can't outgive God. You can't outgive Him. James and I have proven this fact over and over and over. This theory: we give and give and give, and we start having stuff coming to the house. I mean, James is just bringing in boxes and boxes of stuff. And we just look at each other and smile because we just go, you can't outgive God. But you have to give with a free giving heart. You can't give with strings attached. You have to give freely. And a lot of people give with attachments. They want to give you something, but in the back of their mind, they're thinking, I'm going to give this to them, and then later on, when I need something from them, I'm going to get something back. You can't do that. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm on my soapbox this afternoon, Deborah, about soft beggars and people giving and people taking. But I feel like it's up to the person that are listening to these people that are soft beggars. If they want to give them things, that's them. I'm not telling you if you feel led to give something to somebody, give it to them. But once you give it to them, you have to understand you're not in control of it anymore. They could take it and flush it down the toilet. They could take it and give it to somebody else. They could take it and rip it apart. I mean, once it's out of your hands and you truly give it to them, you have no more say in it. You have no more say in it. It's over with. Giving without expecting it is what we should. Yes. Oh, and their followers are, yes. Amen on that. They do. She said, I don't know if they have food stamps. Do y'all have any kind of assistance, Claudette? Like, you go somewhere if you're in need of something. Do y'all have like government assistance for that? Hey, Lori Chase, welcome in, my friend. Okay, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but here in the United States, I know some people here are in a different country. That's why I'm saying this. All right. When welfare was set up, it was set up, I think it was Roosevelt, one of the Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt. I can't remember. It was not supposed to be a permanent thing. It wasn't supposed to be permanent. It was supposed to be short-lived, like just for a short time that you were supposed to get assistance from the government. It wasn't supposed to be like it's still here today. It's not supposed to be that way. He set it up during one of the wars for families to get assistance to make it through. And then after that, it was supposed to be gone. Well, they didn't take it away, and it's still here today. I don't know if y'all knew that or not about the United States. Oh. Hey, Uniques by the Creek. How are you, Terry? Welcome in. Hey, Terry, I got my package. I got my shirt. I love it. Yeah, I'm going to wear it. If I hadn't had this one on already, by the time James brought the packages in, I would have probably wore it. But I love it. It's going to be a really good winter blouse. It's going to be really, really good. I really like it. Uniques by the Creek is on with Dawn's channel on Tuesdays. And I don't know if she's still doing auctions with Creation with D. I'm not sure. Oh, I did like it. I liked it a lot. So I wanted to just let y'all know that you have some people on YouTube that go through things. And like I said, had I not told y'all about the error, James's transmission, when I went through my surgery, if I hadn't discussed all that with y'all, I would have never changed my attitude. I would have come on here just like I'm here today and at peace, very calm. This is not phony. This is real calmness. And y'all would have never known because I have trust enough in my higher power that I serve. I mean, he takes care of the birds and they don't have to worry about what they eat. So why should I worry about what I'm going to have? Now, my needs are going to be met, but he don't always give us what we want. And that's good because a lot of our wants are selfish, self-centered, self-seeking, would harm us. You know, it's just like my child. Let's just say one of my children or my grandchildren. They ask me for something, okay? But I know it's going to hurt them if I give it to them. You know, at the age that they are. They're not maybe old enough to handle it, or it's just not time for them to have it. You know, all right, I know that because I'm older, okay? So, I don't give it to them. Well, they may get upset with me because I don't get them what they want. But I know better. I'm not going to buy Berkeley a four-wheeler because I know four-wheelers are fun and we have a good time on them. She's only going to be 4 in December. Why, even though she asked for a four-wheeler, why should I get her a four-wheeler when I know she's not old enough to handle it? Okay, and I feel like, no, I know that's what God does. Sometimes we're not mature enough or it's not time for us to have something. And we want to get upset and angry about what we want and we don't get. And we need to be thankful for him providing our needs. You know, because I'm just going to go here in just a minute after my mortgage went up $400 more a month because my homeowner sent it up to $2,000 more a month. Oh my goodness. You need to look for you another insurance, Lori. You need to look for you another insurance for your house. Did Krista come in? Hold on, who was it? Let's see. Hey, Krista's World, welcome in. How are you? Yeah, they raised our insurance and property taxes, but you know they won't lower them when the overpaid craze dies down. No, nothing's going to go lower. It may level out, but it's not going to go back down to what it was. Now, gas prices may go down, but I mean, that's highly unlikely. I don't worry about finances and the hubby's medical condition. I trust the Lord. The Lord always gives us what we need. Yes. And that's exactly where I am in my life. People may think that's strange, just like the lady that cleans my house. We were talking about the things that had happened this week. Call everyone till you get the yes. That's supposed to say, yeah, 2,000 more a year. Yeah, I understood that. Yeah. That's what we did, and the difference in the car and home insurance is insanely big. Yes. James and I have had to do that before. Especially if you hadn't had any claims. If you hadn't had any claims on your insurance, why in the world would it go up that high? I don't understand that. Yes, that's true. That's true, Claudette. We just put our noses back to the grindstone, tighten our belts, and we are blessed. Yes. You have to be a good steward of what you're given. You know, you can't just what I say, uh, blow and go or go and blow, like everything that comes in. Oh, I'll just spend all this because I got it. I'll just spend it. No, you got to be responsible. I had two people hit me and it went up. Yes. And that's what gets me. It's not even your fault and your insurance is going to go up. That to me, that's crazy. They say I need hazardous insurance because I'm near the water. I'm 3 hills up from the water. If it reaches here, the town is underwater. Oh, so you're in a flood zone. You're in a flood zone. Never had a claim. See, that's what gets me. You pay all this money, uh, never have a claim, but when you after you have the first claim, they want to go up. It is crazy. But what we have to be careful about is, and this is what a lot of people, which a lot of people don't have the same faith I do, and I understand that, and I'm not judging anybody. When people watch the news and they get all upset about what's going on and it scares them and blah, blah, blah. See, that's not what my life is based on. My life is based on what he wants for me, not what they're telling me. Now, all I have to do is prepare myself for whatever's going to happen and realize that he's going to help me through it. So that's why, number one, I don't let news come into my house. Now, I did watch a few things on the flooding and the hurricane because I wanted to make sure the people were okay and everything was okay. I did watch that. But as far as the other news, I don't even let that come in my house. I don't want it in my house. I don't want to hear it. It's all not true. 99% of what's on our news is not true. And I don't want it in my house. My tax lady tells me to stop donating so much money to organizations. I told her, sorry, I have to give. It's my nature. Yes. Yes. The water would never flood up here. Oh, okay. Deborah, tell her you're not giving to get a deduction. You're giving because it's in. Yes. I hear you. It's something you love to do. Yes. Hey, Paula, how are you? Welcome in. Doing real well. How are you doing? Welcome in. And I don't know if y'all were over at Ella's channel, Save Here First, Sunday when she and I were doing our Keeping It Real conversation that we have every other week on her channel. It's 5 Eastern, 4 Central. It's called Keeping It Real. It won't be this Sunday. It'll be Sunday after next. I just talked to my friend in North Carolina. Thank God she's not near where the flooding is, but she said it's horrible. There's lots of towns underwater and washed away with mudslides. 200 dead. I know, Lori. That's what we were just talking about before you came in. Oh my goodness. It's not good. It's not good. And for people to say they deserve what they got because of their political beliefs is not like somebody else. I mean, come on, people. I mean, come on. I mean, you really can't be that shallow, Well, I guess you can, but I mean, I don't want to be around somebody that's that shallow. Um, I mean, you're gonna wish horror and ill will on me because I don't believe the same way you do. I mean, we're all human. We're mankind. I mean, how can people be so nasty? I don't understand. If somebody had a different political belief than I do, and there's several people here in my area that do, if they were my neighbor and they were in need, do you think that I would walk over to their house and watch them suffer and say, uh, you're not a Christian, you don't have the same belief I do, or you don't have the same political views as I do, so I'm just not going to help you. I mean, do you really think I would do that? No. I would say, how can I help you? What do you need me to do? And if it was in my power to do it, I would do it. But you have some people that just because you're not voting for who they voting for and you're not believing their same belief, then, oh no, I can't help you. I don't get that. People are that shallow. They worship these political figures like they're God. It's sad to see. We're all human. Yes. And this is my belief, and y'all can believe this or not. Uh or take it with a grain of salt, whatever y'all want to do. Whatever is going to happen has already been set. It's already been preset, pre-planned. I'm not talking about the political parties. I'm talking about God already knows. He already knows who's going to win the election. He already knows if we're going to have hard times or go back to better times. I mean, he already knows it. So why are we so worried about it? We just got to get on board, get on the boat, get inside the boat, buckle up, and trust the one that's guiding the boat. Okay? And that's the one above, not these political figures. No. Because they're just as human as we are. And they all make mistakes. Not one of them is perfect. Okay? Not one. Unfortunately, that's most of my family. You know, I think some people are losing their minds. It makes me wonder if it's in our water, food, or air. Yeah. The way some people think, I totally agree. I have a hard time with that one, Angie. Which one? What did I miss? There are people that say Trump is God. I said there's only one God, and he's upstairs, not down here. Yep, there's only one. We can prevent things from happening. It's why I have a hard time believing that. Okay, let me say this. We have a will. We can choose. Okay? And he's not going to interfere with that. But ultimately, the big picture's already played out. I mean, I already know the end of the story, and we win. So, I think we can change our circumstances as far as individuals, but as what's going on in the world, I think it's already set in stone. You know, that there's a plan to a certain extent. Now, that's a deep conversation, a very deep conversation to have. And that's it. They don't know the Lord, nor do they trust Him. Right. Our lives are set. Trump would disagree with that. He said he's only here by the grace of God. Yes, hallelujah to Jesus. I know, but how could we let babies and kids be hurt so bad? Okay, without getting into a lot of belief, we don't let that happen. We live in a sinful world that is going to do bad things. And we are trying to get back to where we're trying not to be that cruel and that mean. And things happen to little babies and little kids because there's people in the world that are mean and they do bad things. And you say, well, how can God allow that? Because we live in a sinful world. Yes, nobody can change the world. Only God himself can do that. Yes. Callie King, welcome in. Claudette said, I love Trump. I'm Canadian. With so many lies and corruption on this planet, it's hard to stop it. Yes. And to me, I think people go with the corrupt and number one, for money. People want the bottom line. They want money. Money drives everything. And that to me is horrible. To think that money could, I mean, let's just think about it. Let's just food for thought. Everybody has a price. Okay? Everybody has a price. You may say to yourself, I don't. I don't. But let's just think about something. His will is higher than ours. He has the whole picture and sees every part. He is the giver of life and the taker. Our times are in his hands. Yes. Money in the wrong person's hands is not good. Exactly. Everybody has a number. Say for instance, somebody comes up and says, how much money would it take for you to do X, and X, just something. And one person would say, oh, I'll take 100,000 to do that. And then somebody else says, oh, I want $1 million to do that. If you give me $1 million, I'll do what you asked me to do. Okay. Everybody has a price in their head that they're willing to sacrifice just about anything. And I would say it would come down to my child needing a kidney, a liver, a heart transplant, a blood transfusion, something medically that my child needed, that I would have to put a high price, I would have to bid up high. It depends on where your priorities are. On a happier subject, Andy, this month you will be a grandma again. Yes, and I got to tell y'all a story about that. Matt, when they were here, they said that they were probably going to take the baby around the 9th or the 10th of October because Haley's doctor was going to be out around the 17th when the baby is due. So that's a week earlier. We were like, oh, that's great. And Haley, bless her heart, she looks really good. She's just all baby. She's not swelling or anything. She's just all baby right there in the front. She couldn't sleep. She had to get up and sleep in the recliner because she couldn't breathe here. She had to get up and sleep when they spent the night. So I told them when they left, I said, let us know what the doctor says about when the date of the baby, when they're going to induce labor so we can be there. And they're like, of course, we're going to let you know. So I talked to Matt yesterday and I said, okay, what did the doctor say? He said, Mom, it wasn't good. I said, oh no, what's wrong? He said, well, instead of moving the date up like the 9th or the 10th, They want to move the date to the 21st. And she was actually due on the 17th. And I said, oh, no, she's not happy. He said, oh, no, Haley is not happy about that, Mama. I said, well, no woman's happy about that. They give a due date when you first find out you're pregnant. You don't tell a woman that she's got to go over that due date. Nobody wants to hear that. So now he says that Haley's trying to get it back to the 15th of October. So I don't know what day they're going to induce labor. But she's not happy with the 21st. I wouldn't be happy with the 21st. But she is miserable. She's in that last month and she is ready for it to be over with. I know it seems Lincoln turned 9 months old the 30th of September. And y'all, he is crawling. He is pulling up on stuff. It's just crazy. She's a beautiful woman. Yeah. Yeah, later. Want to do it the 21st. Can you imagine going to the doctor and them saying, oh, no, we're not going to take it before the 17th. We're going to take, I said, Matt, the best thing she can do is just go on and go into labor without them inducing it, like Taylor did. Taylor's water broke, and that was it. She was in labor. But she waiting to the 21st? No. Oh, she wasn't happy at all. I wouldn't have been happy. No. And see, their house is going to be finished sometime this month in October, and they're going to be moving in November into their new house. So, and they're trying to sell the house that they're in right now. They got it on the market. They're trying to sell their house that they're living in. And there's a lot going on. Yeah, later is horrible. Yeah, just let it come. Hey, quiet listener, your package is out. I got it out a little late, but it's out. I was hoping you would come in today so I could tell you that I hadn't forgot about you. It's just been a lot going on. My mama wasn't supposed to have me until the 30th, but I decided to come here on the 24th. See, the night Taylor called me, and, Lincoln wasn't due to the 7th of January. But I kept telling Taylor, you're going to have him in December. I just know it. And she said, well, I hope I have him in December. She wanted that tax deduction. And plus she's ready to get it over with because Taylor was big, and she, that last month, you just ready to get it over with. Oh yeah, we're going through a lot, but it's okay. I'm good. It's just life. That's what I told the lady that cleans my house. She said, how are you taking this so calmly? I said, what am I supposed to do? It's life. Life hits. And that's the way our children react when James and I go through something. Matt and Taylor go, well, how are you and Dad staying so calm? Y'all not upset or anything? I said, why should we get upset? It's life. Especially stuff that's out of our control. Like his transmission going out or the air conditioner messing up. That's petty stuff. Now, if it was somebody's life, me going in the hospital maybe, or somebody passing away, or one of our children or grandchildren getting sick, yes, it's more serious. But not just everyday things. I don't get that upset about it. They wanted my mom to wait. I was both December 28th. They wanted my mom to wait to have a New Year's baby. My mom said, no, wait. See, Matt was due on January 1, and I had him on December 30th. Taylor had Lincoln on December 30th, and Matt and Haley had Berkeley on December 30th. But Taylor's water broke. She called me on the phone, and I knew something was wrong because it's 11:30 at night. I'll never forget it. And I said hello. She said mama. And every time one of my children start off with mama, I'm like, oh no, something's happened. Matt will do it and Taylor will do it every time. If something is going on that is serious, they both start the conversation with mama. And I know what's coming next, something serious. So she called me on the phone and she said, mama. I said, yeah, baby, what's wrong? She said, I think my water broke. And I said, really? Well, what gives you that idea? And she showed me her pajamas that she was sleeping in, and they were all wet and everything. I said, yes, ma'am, they have, and you better head to the doctor right now. Because if you're anything like your mama, you're going to have that baby quickly. But see, she was set up for a section, and her doctor was 50 minutes north of where they lived. They had to drive 50 minutes. I said, Taylor, don't go back to sleep. Because she told me, she said, Mama, I'm not hurting. I said, Taylor, don't go back to sleep. Because you're going to start hurting and you ain't going to be able to stop it. So she said, okay, I'm going to wake Brent up. We're going to go. So I hang up. James said, what's going on? And I look over at him and I say, get up. We're having another baby on December the 30th. And he said, what? And at this time, it was like 11:45 on the 29th, at night. Well, I knew she was going to go over into the 30th because it was almost 12 a.m. And I said, get up. We got to get dressed. We got to get to the hospital. So we get to the hospital. She's already had Lincoln. They've already taken him, everything. But when she got there, she was dilated 9 centimeters. From the time they left her house till she got there, she's dilated 9. They said, why don't you go ahead and have the baby? You only lack 1 more centimeter and you can have it. So then another doctor spoke up and said, no, she's already set up for a section. We got to go by this. So they went ahead, prepped her for a section. Lincoln was already down in like the birth canal, ready to come out. They had to pull him back up when they did the section. I have to call and make a lot of doctor's appointments. Wanted to know I'm here. Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. And see, I had Matt in 3.5 hours. That reminds me, Haley is already dilated almost 2 centimeters. She told me when they were here this past weekend that she was dilated almost 2 centimeters already. But I was dilated 3 centimeters for a month with Matt. I was dilated 3 centimeters. I only had to go up 2 more centimeters and they would have given me the epidural. And I was walking around for a month dilated 3 centimeters. And of course my water broke. And that's why I had to go to the hospital. But I had Matt at 1:30 a.m. on December 30th. Taylor had Lincoln at 2:16 a.m. on December the 30th. And Berkeley was born, I think around 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon on December the 30th. So, yeah, Lincoln was in a hurry and he's still in a hurry. Y'all cannot imagine. Okay, so when I go to change his diaper now, okay, let me explain something to y'all. We have a little area back in our bedroom where we put one of those, like, it looks like a little puppy pad down, they lay on like when someone's sick, they lay across the bed. So we put one of those pads and we have his wipes and all his little stuff, his creams and all that, where we change him when he's here. Well, I can't hardly use that area now by myself with him because he wiggles and turns, and I'm afraid he's going to roll off the area, and I'm going to be here by myself, and I'm not going to be able to handle it. So I've been putting him in the little bassinet things that has the side and changing his hiney. But when you go to change him, he's rolling all over the place. He's kicking his legs. He's active. So we started giving him a toy. When we went go to change him, we give him a little toy to occupy his mind while we change his hiney. But I told Taylor, I said, he is all boy. All boy. He wants to climb on everything. Oh, he found my little whatnot shelf yesterday crawling around on the floor. I have this little whatnot shelf that Berkeley plays with all the little things on it, but she's almost 4. And James and I were just watching him crawl around and all that. Tuesday, not yesterday. And he found it. He crawled over to that table, went to reach for one of my little whatnots, and I went, James. And James went over and got him and put him back on his little blanket that we have for him to play on the floor. But that little rascal knows he can get around. Yeah, December 30th is the day. Claudette, I told Taylor about that. I said, Taylor, it's not fair to him when he starts walking, and I have to confine him to a limited space because I can't keep up with him. You're going to have to think about sending him to a daycare and go ahead and put his name. And don't get me wrong, it's going to hurt my heart when I'm not going to be able to keep him. Like yesterday and today, I miss him. I miss him not being here. He's such a good baby. He is so loving, and he's a happy baby. He never gives you any trouble. Now, when he gets hungry, he's going to whine. When he has a bad diaper, he's going to want it changed. When he gets sleepy, oh my gosh, fight sleep. He fights sleep like his Uncle Matt. My son, Matt, fought sleep till he busted the blood vessels in his forehead. So, my son was born 3 weeks early. He weighed 6 pounds, 15 ounces. I thought I would need a C-section because I went to the doctor that Thursday and he was still breached. Luckily, he turned around and was normal. Yes. You have to nail stuff down. Lincoln's about to pull up and walk. Yes. I will have to move everything up. Childproof it more than it already is. But you can take his little hand. You can take him. He'll hold on to these fingers. You can stand him up, and he'll kind of walk along with you. And I figure he'll be walking by 11 months old. Matt walked when he was 9 months old. My Matt did. Taylor walked when she was 11 months old. Yeah, he is about to walk. But I'm going to have to shut the door going down the hall. And he's only going to be able to be in the living room, dining room, and kitchen when he starts walking. And I said, Taylor, what's going to happen when he decides he's going to crawl under one of my tables, like beside my couch? You know how kids will play with you and they'll crawl under something? And then you'll keep calling them and say, come here. And they'll just laugh and won't come out from under the table. I said, what am I going to do when I'm here by myself with him? He gets under that table and won't come out. What am I going to do? So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Colin walked when he was 9 months old. Savannah was 12 months old when she walked. I'm trying to think. Berkeley must have been. It was before she was a year old. Berkeley walked before she was a year. I don't know if she was 10 or 11 months. I don't remember. But what are y'all doing for Halloween? Do y'all celebrate Halloween? Or y'all putting up fall decorations? What are y'all doing? You can smell fall in the air around here. You can smell it. Oh, I just love it. Taylor's taking off the 10th and the 11th, and they're taking Lincoln to the pumpkin patch so he can get a pumpkin. And I don't know if I'll go or not, but Bryn will be off work, and Taylor, they're gonna take him to the pumpkin patch. Sitting outside, Claudette said nothing. I'll be sitting outside giving out candy. Yeah, that's what we usually do. I'm putting my pumpkin out this weekend. I found some new ones. Oh, nice. See, that's what I like. I like the hay bales and the pumpkins and that kind of decoration. You know, like the scarecrows and the fall decorations. I don't really get into the scary Halloween decorations. I like the fall decorations the most. That dresses up and scares the kids. They love it. Yes. Uh, Ray, not that. Lincoln has got two costumes, and Berkeley's got two costumes. Uh, Lincoln's got Woody from Toy Story that somebody gifted him from one of my YouTubers. Then he's got a little Tigger, you know, Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. He's got a little Tigger costume in case she takes him to like one of those trunk or treats. You know, he can wear a different costume. And then Berkeley is a princess from Frozen, Elsa, I think that's her name. And then a witch's costume that I got her from Leslie's Lucky Finds auction. The most adorable little witch's costume ever. It's got a little hat, a little broom. Oh, and I showed it to Matt and Haley this past weekend, and they were like, yes, you can wear this. It is very cute. We love it. I am sending you some soap. Soap. Some soap from Nana Tink. But James and I are having he asked me a while ago, which he got off this morning, okay? Off nights. This was his last night to work. He's supposed to be off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, okay? He's got to go in the morning. Hadn't slept. Now he's got to stay up some of the day so he can go to sleep later on this afternoon and sleep all night. So he won't be up all night. If he slept all day today, he'd be up all night. And then he had to get up and go to work in the morning. So he's got overtime in the morning. He's got to work. I got my package last week. But, oh, you're welcome, Lori. I'm so glad that you got it. I'll be so glad. Well, I don't know if I should say this on YouTube or not, because James could play it back and he could say, "Remember what you said?" But in some ways, I'll be glad when he retires, and in some ways, I don't know what I'm going to do when he does, because I don't think he and I both can stay in this house together for days on end. Like, he's going to have to find him, which he has several hobbies, which y'all all know October 1, hunting season started. Deer hunting started. But, and it'll go through January the 31st. But, I'm just ready for him to get out of that plant, because the upper management that they have there now, you know, and it's not like it is when he first started. He started working there in 1997, and it's not the same place as it was back then. And I'm just ready for him to retire. And if the right person goes into running this country, he'll be able to retire probably when he's 60, which will be in 2 years. But if the wrong person gets in, he'll probably have to wait till he's 62 or 63. So it just depends on what happens. Soap, tinker, wife, maid, right? It's Mandy. Yeah, Nana Tink's treasure. I have a bar right here that's not that this ain't this is one that Nana Tink. She sent me 3 of these. This is burnt orange. Yours was a different scent than this. I can't remember your scent that I sent you. That's how I feel about my job. I'm ready to retire. I love it, but management has changed. Yeah. When you get the wrong person in charge, it can mess up everything. Yes, monkey breath is really good. It is, Claudette. Agreed. I agree. Yes. But management can make or break a company. I mean, the morale can be so bad if you have the wrong people up there. It can be so bad. And then if you have good management, it can just make everything. Um, yeah, and all of it has the olive oil and the shea butter, but yours had a specific name, and I can't remember the name of it right now. Um, anyway, let me go back to what I was gonna say about mine and Ella's talk. We were talking about, can you really have friends on YouTube? That's what the subject was about when we were talking about it over there on Ella's channel, on the Keeping It Real segment that we do. We throw the question out there: can you really have a friend on YouTube? Is there really a such thing? Because we all live in different states. I mean, most of us have not even met each other. Uh, some of us could be on here and making up every single thing that we talk about, and none of it can be true. I mean, really, how do we know it's true? I mean, we just have to trust that people that's coming on these channels, which you and I both know that some of these channels are kind of sketchy on whether they're telling the truth or not. You know, uh, I want to believe that most everybody is truthful about who they say they are on YouTube, but let's just get real. Everybody lies. I mean, let's just call it the way it is. You may tell a little white lie. Uh, you may lie by omission. Whatever. Hey, Michael. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for dropping by. Yes, we can have real friends, but not everyone that says they are your friend is true. Yes, that's what we were talking about on Ellis. Uh, I'm this way, and I hope y'all know this about me by now. I am a friend. I am a friend's friend. Whether you're my friend or not, I'm not going to be upset with you. But I'm going to be friendly to everyone and try to do everything I can. Now, I'm not going to be giving you, like, if you're a soft beggar, and I know you are, I'm not going to be ugly to you. I'm going to be your friend. But I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. I'm not going to, just because I say that I'm your friend doesn't mean that I have to give you money every time you ask for it on YouTube. And if you expect that, then we're not friends. You're not my friend, but I'm your friend. Because, I mean, there comes a point where you've got to get out especially if you're healthy. I mean, here I am in a wheelchair, have I can't even begin to tell y'all the health problems that I have and I won't. And I would love to be able to work. I miss my job so much. I love my last job. Being the branch manager at a library, I loved it. I miss the people. I miss the actual job. I miss being independent. I miss driving. I miss shopping. I miss going places with my children, uh, going places with James. I mean, I've given up a lot by being in a wheelchair, okay? And having the sickness that I have. And I'm not whining about it. Don't misunderstand. My life has just changed, okay? It's just changed. But then you have these people that are healthy, nothing wrong with them, and won't get out and go to work. I love to work. It made me feel so good to be bringing in my own money, making my own way. And some people just want people to give it to them. Just give it. Just give it. Friends are tried and true. Talk is cheap. It's not what you say, it's what you say and do. Yes. Yes. As far as I'm concerned, Angie, you are a true friend. Yes, you are to me too, Lori. And that's the way I look at you. I mean, you all that's in here right now, I look at y'all as my friends. I feel the same way, Angie. I've waitressed most of my life, and I would love to do it again. I know. I miss it. Lori said, I miss working big time. I mean, even though I look forward to the weekend, because I can hear Taylor say, oh, it's Friday. I'm so glad it's Friday. And I used to say that all the time when I worked. Oh, I'm so glad it's Friday. Oh, I'm so glad the weekend's here. Well, that's just part of the working world. Of course you're going to say that. As much as I said that when I worked, I still miss it. I still miss working. James and Matt and Haley and Berkeley went to the football game last Friday night. They had the homecoming where Matt played football when he was in high school and all that. And I didn't go. Now, James asked me, did I want him to load my wheelchair up and me go over there. I didn't want to go. First of all, I'm going to give you the reasons that I didn't want to go. A lot of people have not seen me in years around our town. They haven't seen me. So I didn't want to go through the shock of everybody seeing me in a wheelchair. Okay? And everybody asking me how I was doing and what's going on. And they didn't realize I was in a wheelchair and was I okay? And, I just didn't want to make it about that. If I wanted to go over there to see how Berkeley was going to react to a football game, because that was the first one she had ever been to. But you have to know this little town. Everybody would have come up to me, and some people would have been, they mean well, but they didn't come out right. They would have patted me on the back like, oh, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I've been praying for you and all this stuff. And I'm like, James, I can't go through that. I can't deal with that. So y'all just go over to the football game and I'll be fine here. And actually, I wanted to rest. I wanted to get the recliner, kick my feet up, and just rest while they were gone. No, I did not want, I'm not the type of person that want anybody to fuss. I don't want to be attention brought to me. But when somebody wheels up in a wheelchair that you used to see walk around and be ambulatory and they pull up in a wheelchair, you go, oh my gosh, I didn't know she is wheelchair bound now. I didn't know she was in a wheelchair. And it just shocks you. I know it does. Just don't misunderstand. I know it does. But I just didn't want to go through that at a ball game. You know, people coming up and just, oh, how have you been? I've been meaning to get by there to see you. So and so told me that you were in a wheelchair. Blah, 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 blah. I just didn't want to deal with it. Yeah, they are weird. Some of them mean well, some of them don't mean well. Yes, I have run into people I used to with, and they ask me what happened. How come you're in a wheelchair? I know, and I don't mind them asking. It's not that I'm embarrassed about being in a wheelchair. It's not like I'm sad that I'm in a wheelchair. I've accepted it. I've accepted that this is my life and this is the way I'm going to live. But I just didn't want to. And you have to understand how many people. You ever watch those movies where they have a small town that has a football team, and that's really all they have in that small town? So the whole town comes out for the football game. Well, that's the way this small town does. The whole entire town shows up. We have to play our football games at the college that's here in our little small town. We have to play over there on their field because we have so many people come to a high school football game. So I just wasn't wanting to go because I knew how many people was going to be over there. I knew. I mean, I went to them from the time Matt was 3 years old until he graduated high school. I went to a Friday night football game every Friday night we went. So I know how many people were over there. I know. But, and like church, I can't go to church every Sunday because James is not here to load my wheelchair. But he and I could go on the Sundays that he was off. He would load my wheelchair up and he would take me. He would have no problem. But I haven't been to church in a while. And a lot of people haven't seen me like this. So if I show up to church and I wheel in my wheelchair, everybody's going to be like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize she was, it's going to be the same scenario. And I just don't want to go through it. I just don't want to, I just don't want to do it. And I don't know, and I know I've told y'all this before, but only a handful of people even know that I have a YouTube channel here in my area. Only a handful of people. I don't know. I think I want to. Hey, Laylo, how are you? I think the reason I do that is because, y'all excuse me for wiping my nose in front of y'all. I think the reason I don't want a lot of people to know that I have a YouTube channel in my area is because I want this to be mine. You know what I'm saying? I want this to be somebody, everybody's got to have something that's theirs. Like James has hunting. Hunting is his. It's his thing. This is my thing. He doesn't take everybody hunting with him when he goes. He doesn't take all of his friends, the whole town, nothing like that. So if I told more people about my channel that lived in my area, it'd be like, it wouldn't be mine anymore. You know what I'm saying? It would be like I'd be under a microscope to them because they've seen me from a child to an adult. They know that Angie. They know my whole life. Not that I'm trying to hide anything, but they don't know the Angie that has become disabled, has become closer to the God I serve, has become closer to being empathetic toward people. I'm just I have a totally different outlook own life since I become bound to a wheelchair than I did before. Not that I was a bad person, don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But the small stuff I don't sweat over. And they knew me when I did sweat over the small stuff. Okay. And I don't know. I just don't want a lot of people in my area to know about my YouTube channel. I, I just I just don't. I know that sounds strange, but I just don't. Yeah, the auction world is a little stressful. Oh my goodness, there's my beautiful friend Francine Spines and Auction Times. Hey Francine, I hope you're doing well. That's another good channel. She and Matt had an auction the other day, which they were hilarious. She and Matt are so funny. She was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with a teenager. Teenagers, he's driving me crazy. It was so funny. I get that too. I feel like this is mine. Most of my family don't know about my channel and don't know I dive. They'd come on my channel and try to make fun of me. Yeah, like now I'm the same person when I'm not with you all than when I am. I mean, you can drive up to my house right now and what you see right here is what you're going to get. I would say, come on in. What can I get you? What do you want to drink? Do you want something to eat? Come on in. Let's talk. Let's visit. I'm the same exact way. But I want you all to myself. I don't want to have to share my YouTube people with the people that I grew up with. I know that sounds so strange, but it really is the truth. It's like y'all are my people, you know, and I don't want to share y'all with them. It's crazy. Yeah, y'all are a comedy team. And Matt, oh, that facial hair, he is nothing. He's a man now. I've seen Matt. I started watching him when he was, I think, 14, and he's 18 now. This is Francine's son. He used to have a channel, and he still does. Scrapping with Matt. He used to go dumpster diving and stuff. And I used to go to his channel and watch him. And I tell people this all the time, but the reason I started watching this channel, I saw it come across my YouTube feed, and it had before he was scrapping with Matt, he was something else with Matt. And only because I only clicked on it because his name was Matt, and I have a son named Matt. So when I clicked on his channel and started watching it, I was like, I love this little fella. He is so sweet. I just fell in love with him. But originally, the only reason I clicked on his channel was because his name was Matt. And I was like, oh, let me see what this Matt is doing. September the 22nd is what, Claudette? Maritza, hey, how are you? Welcome in. I'm so glad you made it, Marissa. Thank you. Can y'all believe that Thanksgiving is next month? Can y'all believe that Thanksgiving is next month? Y'all don't judge me on this, but Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I enjoy Thanksgiving over Christmas because to me, Thanksgiving is about the family getting together, sharing a meal. You don't have to get gifts. You don't have to put up a Christmas tree. You don't have to, for Thanksgiving, it's just like the family just comes together. And I guess that's why I like Thanksgiving. I enjoy Christmas now that we have grandbabies, especially. But Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Matt and Haley are thinking about having Thanksgiving in the new house, in their new house. They're either going to have Thanksgiving or Christmas. They're going to have one of the holidays in their new house. I don't know which one they decided on, but I think when they were here, they were saying Thanksgiving. Oh, Matt's 18th birthday. Yes, yes, yes. None of my friends watch our channel, so funny. It was meant to be that we were all friends. We have been one of the nicest friends I've met on YouTube. Oh, Francine, you know I love you, girl. Francine, we were talking earlier. When they were here this past weekend, Matt was saying they were moving it up a week from the 17th is when she's due. And that they would probably take her on the 9th or the 10th. Well, when I talked to them yesterday, they said they moved it to the 21st. They moved it 4 days later than her due date. She was not happy. She was not happy about them moving it past her due date. So now she's trying to get it to the 15th. But she works in the hospital and she's over the ICU pharmaceutical department. Haley is. So she ought to be able to talk them into, if there's no danger to Livy being born a few days early, she ought to be able to talk them into the date that she kind of wants. Our Thanksgiving Day is October the 14th, and our son Mitch and granddaughter Miranda will be here for a week that weekend. Oh, I'm so excited for you, Claudette. You're going to have to send me pictures. You do realize that. You have to send me pictures of that beautiful granddaughter of yours because I have seen pictures of her. She is gorgeous. Claudette has a gorgeous granddaughter. Okay, Auntie Mama. See you in the morning. Yes, October. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Oh, thank the Lord it's not December. We didn't need another baby born on December the 30th. I'm going to tell you that. Now, what would the odds be if, because Taylor and Brent are planning on having another baby. And do you know what they said? When Lincoln turns 2, now you have to understand Lincoln's going to be 1 in December. That's a couple months. When Lincoln turns 2, they're going to start trying again. I said, what? No. You got to let that baby be the baby as long as he can because once you have another one, he's not the baby anymore. He's the oldest. Don't deprive him of being the baby. That's why mine are 4.5 years apart. Because I kept saying, once I have another one, Matt's not the baby. Matt's not going to be the baby if I have another one. And mine are 4.5 years apart. So I'm like, Taylor, don't do that to him. Give it another year. Like Berkeley will be 4 in December. And Livy's coming this month. So they're almost 4 years apart, which I think that's a good time. Anywhere from 4 to 4.5 years between children. If you can plan it that way. Once you get 7 and 8 years difference in children, I think that's a lot of years. Yes, it's been too long. Good. I want you to send pics. Can I say something without starting anything? I don't know where else to ask this, honestly. I mean, no harm. Okay, Layla, what you got to ask? Auntie Mama, see you in the morning. I wish I'd had mine closer together. We had one in 3 decades. Oh my goodness, you did, Claudette. Wow. So someone purchased something, was not happy. They said they were not happy and named no name to seller. I didn't see the comment. Then someone went live and other people were mad at that person. Wait a minute. So someone purchased something that was not happy. They said they were not happy and named no name to seller. I didn't see the comments. Then someone went live and other people were mad at that person. Okay, so let me understand this, Lele. So they got something from somebody and they wasn't happy with it. They went live, but they didn't tell the person's name. Is that what you're saying? Why would that be a big deal? I don't understand. All the same, Daddy. I'm going to get to you, Layla. I'm going to get to you. Thank you, Francine. Y'all cannot, I cannot believe Lincoln is going to be turned. I know. Everybody that sees Lincoln says, oh my goodness, he looks like his pop. He looks just like James. It doesn't matter. I can't tell you how many people have said or commented in Facebook or commented on YouTube or whatever that says Lincoln looks like James. And James is like, I kind of feel sorry for the little fella. And I said, why, James? He said, well, I never thought I was that cute or that good looking. And I said, what are you talking about? You were good looking. I chose you. I chose you because you were a good looking man. What are you talking about? You were really nice looking when we got married. What are you talking about? I said, do you think I fell in love with, I fell in love with who you were, but your looks had something to do with it too. I said, you're kind of saying that maybe I felt sorry for you? It's the reason I married you? What are you saying? That person that named the person's name was wrong. He does look like James. James like, I kind of feel sorry for the little fella. Okay, Laylo. So you're saying that they bought something from somebody they wasn't happy, but they told it, but they didn't say the seller's name. Colleen was the seller, and she went live about it. That's all I seen to it. Who cares if one person was unhappy, though she wouldn't have to buy anything else? Tell James, what the heck, you and him make a beautiful couple. That's what I'm going to tell him. Love your wedding pictures. Oh, and Taylor and I look so much alike. In her wedding pictures and my wedding pictures, we look so much alike. What I can say about that, Laylo, is this. There's been a lot of things going on YouTube about people making a big deal of stuff that doesn't even matter. And I don't know the whole story here. I don't know what's going on. But I will say, a lot of times people get upset over something that's not necessary. But then again, we don't know the backstory. There could have been something else going on that we didn't know about. So always remember that. We may not be getting the whole entire story. Handsome man from Louisiana meets beautiful lady from Mississippi. Y'all remember that song, Louisiana Woman, Mississippi Man by Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty? Well, mine and James is reversed. It's a Louisiana man and Mississippi woman instead of the way the song goes. and they always played that song when James and I would go out, and we knew the people where we went. They would play that song. I'm new to all this, so I just thought it was a little unnecessary. Not everyone's going to be. Yeah, as long, Laylo, is you just stay in it a little longer, and you'll see a lot of stuff that you just shake your head and go, I can't believe adults act like that. I can't believe adults say that. I can't believe adults hold grudges. I can't believe adults, you know, since I've been on YouTube, I have seen some things that I hadn't seen since high school. And I'm thinking, are we in high school? Are we in, like, going back to the Mean Girls, which I never hung around the Mean Girls, didn't want to be around the Mean Girls. I mostly hung around guys because guys, the way they had handled problems, they got out in the yard and they fought physically. Then they got back up, shook hands, and said, "Okay, it's over." Not women. Women will hold on to it forever. And when I say ever, I mean ever. And they'll try to get other people involved, and they'll try to tear you down. And I've discovered on YouTube that they try to get people to get away from your channel and come over there. And what I always say, there's no sides. There's no sides. When you have a disagreement, the worst thing you can do is try to have people pick sides. It's awful. It shouldn't be done. All right, Tam, I can't pronounce that. I'm just going to call you Tam. 19, come on in from Indonesia. You were here. You never heard that song? Look it up on YouTube or on the internet. It's by Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. I'm sorry for no. You're no problem, Lalo. If you're new to all this, then it's nothing wrong with asking questions and trying to find out. But as you go on, you'll have your own mindset of what's going on, and you'll be able to distinguish on what's real and what's not real. You'll be able to see who is really real and who is not, and who are people that stir up everything and the people that like drama. You'll be able to see all of it. But thank you, Christina. But the best advice I can give you is just stay out of it. Don't take a side. Kev Christine channel. Just be neutral. Even if you're friends with both of them or one of them. Just tell the person you're friends with, I'm friends with you. But, it's not worth me giving up hours of my life for something that's not going to matter tomorrow. Let's focus on something else. Hey, Wildflower, how are you? Welcome in. If y'all get a chance, go over and watch the Keeping It Real show that was on Sunday with Ella and myself. If you get a chance, just watch a few minutes of it. You don't have to watch the entire thing. But I have come to the conclusion that there are some people on YouTube that don't want it smooth sailing. I just want everyone to get along, but I know it would be a perfect. I know, Laylo. That's what I say. And a lot of people think I'm strange and don't understand how I can stay neutral in it all and be friends with everybody. They're like, that's impossible, Angie. But now I have people coming to me saying, that is you. You are being who you really are. You are neutral. You don't get involved in all the yang yang. I don't. I don't. Even if I think that one party is right and one party's a little bit not right, I never voice it. I mean, I'm not the judge. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm here to love you, be your friend, encourage you, bring joy to your life, bring the light, bring positivity, truth. That's all I'm here for. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to make you feel bad about something you did or didn't do. There are agitators just there to stir the pot and cause drama. I ignore them. Yeah, some people you cannot make happy. Oh, hey, there's one right there. There's a pot stir. There's Kim. There's Kimberly. That pot stir. Now, I love Kim. Kim's my girl. Welcome in, Kim. Now, Kim has auctions. If you stay here long enough and you haven't been to my channel, I hang out with the auction people. Now, do I do auctions? No, I don't. But I buy from auctions. I like to go and buy. But most of my people in my chat are mostly auction people. But you need to visit Kim's channel. You need to visit Francine's channel. Neutral is the way to go. I try to get along with everyone. Yes. I mean, y'all don't judge me on this, but this is what I always say. I'm not sleeping with any of y'all. I sleep with James. So why am I going to get so enthralled in what's going on? Now, do I like to see y'all doing that at each other when the day before y'all were besties? I mean, that's what gets me. I mean, the day before, people are just all up in each other's face, loving on each other. And the next day, you know, they got videos out about how mad at each other they are. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Wasn't y'all just friends yesterday? I mean, whoa. What happened? And then you hear about what happened. It's like, are you kidding me? You're going to get that upset over that? So that's why I don't get involved, because I'm like, this will all be over with in a few days, and this is not going to really matter. Hey, Myra. I hope you're doing better. I'm glad you got out of the hospital. Are you doing better? Welcome in. Myra's been in the hospital. I'll call her Myra on here, but she's buying space. When I greet her in the chat, when we're in a auction together or a chat together, I usually greet her by buying space instead of Myra. I don't know. I just feel better when I use people's YouTube name. But on here, since she come in live, I'll say Myra, because it'd be just like Myra coming to my house. You know, when she shows up here, I don't want to say, oh, come in, buying space. If she showed up at my house, I would say, hey, Myra, how are you? Come on in. Buying space, hey, good to hear you're home. If I'm right. See, I don't know Laylo's first name. If she told me, I can't remember. Exactly. That's what I don't get either, Angie. That's why I love you, Angie. I'm in a lot of pain. Oh, Myra, I'm sorry. I know about pain, honey. It can be bad. Special K. Welcome in, Special K. How are you? See there, Special K has sales too. if anybody knows it's me, Angie, besides doing my little neighborhood videos where I do little talks and I kind of talk on a subject for about 15 to 20 minutes on a different topic that I put out every week. And I go live here and I do a few little short videos. Most of the time I stay in auctions. That's where you can find me, is at auctions. That's where I've done most of my Christmas shopping for my grandbabies. I started back in June buying stuff for the grandbabies, and I've got their Christmas already bought. And I told my children before they started having grandbabies, I said, look, when grandbabies start coming, y'all are put up on the shelf. It ain't about y'all anymore. It's about the baby. So as long as I got theirs taken care of, I'm not really concerned about the adult children. Now, they'll get something. They always do. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying, but they won't get nothing close to what the grandbabies have been getting. Which they laughed and said, we know, Mama, we know. Everybody's wishing Myra well wishes. I'm glad. I'm going to tell y'all something before I have to let y'all go. We have a very good community of people. We have a praying group of people that are praying for others when they're going through things. We have people that will raise money for people that really need it when they're going through something. It really is a good community. And then all of a sudden, you're going to get one that's going to come in and act like a redheaded stepchild. Don't take it about the redheaded because I love red hair. So don't take that wrong. My brother was redheaded. I got a niece and a nephew that's got red hair. My mom's a redhead, so don't take that like the wrong way. That's just a saying. Sort of like the black sheep of the family. But you're going to have one that's going to come in there and they're going to constantly try to start something. And the ones of us that don't like drama needs to say, nope, we're not going to put up with this. Bye, Lori. Love you. I can't hold gifts that long. I love gifting. Oh, they're in a closet back there. I had to put them in a box and put them away. Because I every time Berkeley comes, I'm just giving her stuff. And Matt's like, Mom, we're trying to declutter right now. We're building a house. We can't take all this stuff to the new house. I'm like, yes, you can. I promise you can. You can put it in a box and you can take it. You can. You may not want to, but you can. We know how you mean it. You're good. Yes, yes. Sub to all the channels dropped. Always nice to support one another. Thank you, Claudette, for drop. Yes. Thank you for being a gateway to a getaway to my already getaway. We appreciate you, Angie. Well, let me tell y'all, I love each and every one of you. There's nothing you can do about it. You may get mad at me. I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to let you be mad, and I'm going to still love you. I mean, you have a right to your feelings. I have a right to my feelings. I'm not going to argue with you. But if you ever need me, I'm here. And it's time for me to go. I've been on here 2 hours. That's my limit, is 2 hours. Don't forget, I'll be dropping a video on a subject or a topic of something that we'll be discussing. You want to get in touch with me? My email's in my information on my About page. Bye, everyone.